Give us more updates on Nigerians who were evacuated from Ukraine via Bucharest Airport in Romania. Is our eyes correspondent Mary Chinda, who is on ground out there, as we listen to some of the returnees. Mary, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
So,
the way you are calling Ruben,
yes, I can
it's
hear
like
you
were
Ruben.
at my naming ceremony when I was born many years ago. But carry on. What's the situation report out there?
Okay, so students here are basically, going through some kind of, would I say, emotional exhaustion. Over 450 students actually arrived here. I am reliably informed by men of NEMA. The students are being given or have been given food and water, and some of them food and drinks, But basically, a lot of them who we tried to get to speak to us would not speak to us for some reason. However, I'm able to get on as one of the students, who's a lady, who's actually here on standby to speak to us. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell me, what's your experience like? Boarding that flight and to the point where you're still waiting for your COVID-19 test.
It's been stressful. Boarding the flight from Bucharest, where we were in Romania, to come back to Nigeria. It's just been a whole lot. It's been stressful, that's all. So we are just waiting to go and see our parents, do the COVID test and go see our parents.
Okay. Do you have high hopes, or what's the feeling like? Being abruptly, your stay in the country where you were in, being abruptly caught, and then you find yourself in Nigeria.
It was traumatizing. I guess it was traumatizing for everyone, because all of a sudden you're studying, the next thing you're running out of the country and trying to cross borders to escape gunshots or bombs and stuff. So yeah, it was traumatizing for everybody. For me personally, it was traumatizing, but I'm fine now.
Are you sure you're fine now, or you want to go through some kind of therapy?
Oh, I'm fine. As far as I'm able to see my parents today, I'm okay.
Okay. All right, so that's one of the students who is here. She's waiting to get to do her COVID-19 test, and I must say, since this flight arrived, it's about some minutes past 7. It's about past 9 to 10 now, and over 100 students are still here waiting to go through the process of getting to do their COVID-19 test. They are exhausted, they are tired, but some of them are still able to stand in a queue and hold on, hoping that it ever comes to their turn to get to do their COVID-19 test.
Right. I'm glad to see so many young men. I'm glad to see that you have a lot of young men there at the airport, because there was a report that we had from Adefemi about young men being dropped in favor of women, and women traveling with little children, and saying that they feel victimized. So I'm glad that some of the young men have been able to get back home. It does sound extremely exhausting after the ordeal they've already been through because of the shortage of staff. But are you aware if there's any arrangements been made to get more staff so they can be processed faster and leave the airport?
Okay, well, the first thing that you see here are men of NEMA, men of the immigration, and a whole lot of other people all hands are basically on deck to ensure that these people have not just a safe arrival, but they are being, they're able to go through the process of getting reintegrated with their families. And the question about having more men or more women, I think actually from what I've seen here, there are a lot more men, I would say, than women. There's also a blend of women. I was even able to get one of the male students who's actually on standby, and he's willing to speak to us at the moment.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay, that would be great, Mary, if you can get him, but if you can't get him...
Okay, so we're being joined by Austin. Austin, can you speak to us?
Hello.
Sorry. Could you speak to us? Don't worry. I mean, what's your experience like? You know, having to come to find yourself here. What's the experience been?
Overall, it was overwhelming. At the border, we had to face some type of discrimination, and crossing
What do you mean discrimination?
towards black and brown people. Actually, some people might try to discredit the information, but there are videos online showing it, people crossing, and it was very hard for African students and other people of color to cross the border. But actually, when we got to the Romanian border, we were treated kindly and we were able to cross. And Nigerian embassy treated us well at Romania. We were lodged in hotels and we were fed well. So overall, it was good. Thank God I was here.
You're still trying to process getting through your COVID-19 test and all of that. I mean, is that very exhausting for you?
It's exhausting, but we don't have a choice. Over 400 people coming into the country, so it's unexpected. You know, this wasn't even planned, and the COVID the NDC test we were meant to do normally was waived for us. So, we thank the Nigerian government for what they are doing.
Okay.
So it's exhausting, but we don't have a choice.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it right there from one of the male students who's just arrived in the country, of course, from Romania.
Okay, Mary, we have to leave you now because it's a developing story. But please, when you see the officials, it's best you ask them what are they doing to help them with post-traumatic stress disorder. Because we forget those people just came out of a war and they are traumatized. They might not show it now, but a lot of them there are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. So maybe you ask the authorities afterwards when we come back to you. But thank you so much. Good job, Mary.
Mary,
We
you're on
should
on the ground there.
Thank you.
What's your assessment of how the Nigerian authorities are handling the reception for these returnees? Is the process smooth, or are they going through extraordinary stress on their arrival?
Ruben, I would say that the Nigerian authorities are generally warm. Their posture is that of, you know, them being warm to receive these Nigerian students who actually look very exhausted and in need of love and all of the kindness they can actually get from the Nigerian government. All hands are on deck right here, and they're giving them their best.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mary. I see you are in love with my name. You like to keep calling it, okay? When I see you,
Ruben.
I'll tell you my history in this profession, okay?